Hey YouTube, what's happening? 8/7/2011, Sunday. I want to do a quick video on the demise, economic demise of the United States, because we are getting into it, and you can see visible signs of the breakdown. Stock market, debt ceiling increase, 2.4 trillion in just printed money. There was a bond auction on Wednesday or Thursday, $90 billion. No one renewed the bonds. Everybody cashed out. Everybody wanted money. Everybody wanted their principal. That's why, one of the reasons why the debt of the United States on Wednesday jumped to $135 billion. They had to pay off those bonds. And they had to float a bunch of money for corporate America. America's in dire straits. The currency is going to collapse. The dollar is going to collapse. I said in a video about a month and a half ago, I said, okay guys, between now, which was a month and a half ago, and to the end of 2011, you're going to see visible signs of the downturn and the collapse. Here we are, and we will continue to see that. Okay? The end result is that the currency is going to collapse, and there's not going to be a standardized currency or gold to replace it. There is not going to be a standardized currency, another currency, or gold to replace it. Once the dollar collapses, once the dollar turns into sawdust, you will not see enough organization in the people and or governments and or society in general to actually contrive and implement a new currency or a new monetary system. Not even a gold-backed system. That is not going to happen. Why isn't it going to be a gold-backed system, or why isn't a gold-backed system going to become prevalent? Because there's no gold. I said in one of my videos about 5 months ago, I said there's no gold in Fort Knox. So Ron Paul's up there yapping about this gold standard. Forget it. It's not going to happen. Even if everybody wanted a gold standard, we couldn't have a gold standard because there's no gold in Fort Knox. Therefore, when the dollar collapses, there will be no replacement for the dollar. No standardized means of currency, gold back, or other that will replace it. Therefore, it's going to be, from a currency standpoint, it's going to be pandemonium. It's going to be whatever you got. You want to trade 2 melons for 2 potatoes? Gotcha. You want to trade a gallon of gas for some apples? Gotcha. You want to go out and grow rice and trade that for some chickens? Got that. America is going to become one big farm. It's going to become one big farm. Because a lot of people say, from a philosophical standpoint, that all evil comes from money. A lot of people say all evil comes from a lack of money. What my theory is, and what I'm saying is that all evil comes from the concept of money. In order for the United States to progress, the concept of money must end in this country. And you know what? It will. It will. Now, I know this is difficult for a lot of people to get their minds around. I know it's difficult, but it is going to happen. And I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. The collapse is going to happen, and it's happening right now. But a system that arises that does not believe or does not recognize the concept of money is coming. It might be 2 years, it might be 3 years, it might be 5 years, but it is slated and it is coming. In between the collapse and the concept of no money system being fully implemented, there's a lot of turmoil and a lot of tumultuousness that's going to come through that, because a lot of people are going to be lost. A lot of people aren't going to know how to survive. A lot of people are going to freak out. But you know what? For a majority of Americans, because Americans, I gotta say, I've said in some of my past videos, oh, Americans are brain dead and they've been hypnotized. Yes, that's true. But you know what? Americans are probably some of the most innovative people on the planet. I kid you not. It's just that they have lost themselves spiritually right now. But when that innovation starts to kick in after the collapse, you're going to see a whole new system come up, and that system is not going to be allowed to exist with the concept of money. Now, I'm not saying gold is going to be worthless. I'm not saying silver is going to be worthless. I'm not saying precious metals are going to be worthless. They will be worth a lot. But they're not going to be a basis for society. Think about it for a minute. Think about it for a minute. You go to work, okay? You work, you get a check, okay? Oh, nice piece of paper. You go to the bank. You take that piece of paper, give it to the clerk, they give you other types of paper. You take that paper, then you go to the store and you buy products, give them the secondary switch of paper, and they give you the products. Why are there all these steps between work and you getting access to resources? Why are there 4 or 5 steps? Why don't you just go to work, okay, and then you have or are allocated or you get resources? Look, guys, we have enough resources in this country, in the United States, for everybody to have everything they want. They want you to believe that there are finite resources, or that there are shortages, or that, you know, we just can't give everyone everything they need. Bullshit. And after the collapse and the innovation of Americans, everybody's going to realize how wealthy we are. Everybody can eat. Everybody can have a house. Everybody can have a chunk of land. Everybody can have everything they need. It's the concept of money that keeps the resources out of your hands. Let me just give you a fact here. I think it was the Bureau of Land Management in 1987, 89, maybe 85, did a study. And they said, okay, if we crammed all of the people in the United States into the state of Texas, and each person had a chunk of land, how big would that chunk of land be? Do you know how much land each person would have? 3/4 of an acre. And that's just in the state of Texas. There's enough land for everybody. There's enough for everybody. The economic system, the concept of money, has skewed the resources so that the many get little and the few get everything. We have to erase that. We have to take that away. And it will happen. Thank the universe that there's no gold in Fort Knox. Thank the universe, because that is the key. That will allow everyone to get off of this hiccup of a gold standard and get on to the real standard, which is the concept of money is unnecessary. All right, guys? Thanks for your time. Have a good weekend.